Today's video is going to be a little different. Normally I like to do hiking videos on the weekends, but we didn't get out. So instead, I am going to show you guys how to make a cozy, like one of these. So here's everything you're going to need to do this project. You need the Reflectix. You need some aluminum tape. This is of dubious quality. You need a Sharpie. You need your pot. You need a straight edge of some kind, and you need scissors. We're just going to line the edge of our pot up with the bottom of the Reflectix, like so. And then we're going to mark at the front. So this is not why you need the tape, the ruler that comes next. So I made a little mark right there. I have the handle right on the edge, front of the handle. I'm going to roll my pot up. And I'm going to go all the way around until I'm back to the edge again, and then just a bit more, and we'll mark right there as well. Straight-ish. I am going to make sure that my pot fits in here, because I'll need to make the bottom lid and the top lid off this, and I think we should have enough. So now we just take this and we wrap it around our pot, and there we go. The aluminum tape of dubious quality. I will measure me out a piece that's long enough to extend over either side of the top and bottom, and I'll just cut it off. So I found with this tape that a lot of times it's really hard to get the paper off if you peel out the paper. So what we've started doing is we actually peel the aluminum. It just peels right off. And we'll just stick it on there so it covers half of see how it is? It's halfway on. I'm just gonna roll this around. And I realized I did this backwards from how I had it a minute ago, and that might be an issue, but oh, let's see, this on camera. Yeah, that's the beauty. If I need to start over, I can. Let's take this in there, pull that down, pull that down, and then we have a round koozie. Should be able to take my pot and stuff it down in there on the bottom, and I trace around it. Don't worry about this being a perfect circle. It doesn't really matter. What you're trying to do is just cover the edges around. If it's a little big, trim it. When you do your edges, we found out it takes about 15 widths of this to go around this pot. But the trick to this is stick to the top, stick to the side, turn it, do the next one, and get the four corners first, and then fill in the gaps in between. And by four corners, I mean north, south, east, and west. So now for the top. Same trick as before. We will, except for I want to be a little lazier about this. We have this piece I cut, which is as wide as I wanted it, which is about 1 inch. It was as wide as my ruler. I am just going to loop it over to where it's touching itself like that. Pull it a little snug, and then we'll mark it like so. So I can just lop off a piece of it real quick. And We'll just cut that real quick. Sticking a set piece there. Roll top around. So butting up against each other. Fold that over. Fold that over. And a round piece that hopefully will fit over our lid, over the top of our pot. So, oh, and any black marks on the table? Yeah, that was the boys. It definitely was not me. Because this is how it goes. Got that cut. Now we are going to do the same process on the top. I will just set it on top of here. Make sure it's relatively okay and just tape around. Right there. We'll add the lid back on. Let's see if we can see the measurement. And survey says 0.77 ounces. Hopefully this helps somebody. I don't know how many of these types of things I'll do. I'd rather be hiking, to be honest. But I do go camping with the Scouts, and I need the practice on this because I'll be doing this with the Scouts again soon. And yeah, that's it. So just so you guys know, I bought the Reflectix. I bought a 25-foot roll. I have done 5 of the little titanium Snow Peak cups, a Coleman cookware set, there's my son's, and then my 2 cookware sets, and I have more than half a roll left. So get with your friends. These things will go a long ways, and it's really not that expensive. I think I have $30 into all the consumables, which is the Reflectix and the aluminum tape, and I can make probably a dozen more. So it's pretty cheap and it's pretty light.